Hello, 7th grade world history students. This is the last video I'll be doing today. This is our most recent assignment. The next one will be going up tomorrow. Next week, you'll actually have a Renaissance art history project you'll be working on. It's a lot of fun. The kids last year had a lot of fun with it. You guys are doing chapter 10, lesson 2, new ideas and art, part 1. Part 2 will be more about the art and go a little bit more hand in hand with the actual art project itself. So you'll be reading that, and then you'll be doing your project. Okay, as always, make sure you find your textbook or open that online version through McGraw-Hill. Make sure you find a quiet place to learn and study. Take a couple days on this. I believe this one's due tomorrow, so hopefully at this point you're almost done, or you attempted and you only got a couple left. This one's actually quite a bit shorter than some of the other stuff. And then how will you know you learned it? So your two objectives today are to describe humanism, and this is gonna be in more than one way. Like the definition's one thing, but actually as you're delving into it and digging deep into the different things that they did during this time, you'll see what humanism really was about. And then also, just one of our themes that we keep coming back to this year, I can explain how new ideas change the way people live. All right, so the first thing is you're turning to page 371. I'm going to read the first two paragraphs, only the first two paragraphs under Renaissance humanism. And then you're actually going to go locate the definition of humanism in the glossary and then write down that definition. The reason I'm having you guys do it in the glossary is because it's a little clearer what it actually is, and once you define that, it'll be easier to kind of keep in mind when it keeps referring back to humanism and the rest of this, what it really means. Number 4 says, what 3 things did humanism encourage people to do? Okay, so what 3 things did people who talked about the idea of humanism, what were they encouraging other people to do? And this is your little hint here. It says, list 3 things humanist scholars say people should do according to the textbook. So what does the textbook tell you that these people are saying? Next, you got to read the section Discovering Ancient Works. You're going to explain 3 ways. So once you're done reading this, explain 3 ways Italians rediscovered ancient Roman and Greek works and some examples of works or books, ideas, art pieces, architecture, and etc. But we're really focusing on ways they discovered, not what they discovered. Okay. 7, there's a very important guy. He's known as the father of humanism, Petrarch. So he's really the guy that kind of gets these ideas started. You're going to complete this graphic organizer just by typing in these little boxes here. You're going to explain how he contributed to the Renaissance. The very first thing he does is he travels to old monasteries. Now, if you don't remember what monasteries are, it's where Christian monks basically stayed their entire lives and wrote down ideas about ancient texts from the Bible and stuff in books. And they were making books. And you got to keep in mind, making one book at this time usually took about a year. So that's what most of their time was taken up doing. All right, so for this next one, you're going to read 2 sections, A New Literature and Gutenberg's Printing Press, so 2 things. And number 9 has to do with this chart, so this is all one thing. So read those 2 sections and then come back and look at this chart. Oh, dang it, as close as I can get. All right, so the graphic organizer below includes names of individuals who were important to the Renaissance. Okay, Dante Alighieri, Geoffrey Chaucer, and Johannes Gutenberg. Now, obviously, we're not even in class, so don't really worry about it. The names that you'll hear in like movies and stuff like that, you will hear Dante, you'll hear Chaucer, and you'll hear Gutenberg. Sometimes in movies and books they'll pop up, but Dante especially. Dante wrote a book that it mentioned called The Divine Comedy, and it's where like a lot of our ideas about how many layers of hell and various things. It's supposedly a really good book. I've only read parts of it though. Okay, so you're going to identify where each person was born. You're going to list a significant contribution, which remember significant means important, made by each individual, and you're going to explain how that contribution influenced, so impacted, like affected the Renaissance. Here are some directions for each part. So country of origin, couple words, not a full sentence. Where are they from? That's easy. contribution to the Renaissance, important things they did in at least one full sentence. That would be under here. And then lastly, how this contribution, so the thing that they did, influenced, so affected the Renaissance. So not just like what they did, but what kind of impact? Why was it important? That's what we'll go over here. Okay, this will probably take a while, so go back, double check your notes and stuff. This last one, I want you to it to be at least one sentence and explain the importance of the contribution. And then, like I said, this one's pretty short. I think all in all, you're only reading like 3 pages. Because there's a lot of big ideas in this one, so I kind of want you guys to take your time, break down Petrarch, Humanism, and these 3 important leaders. And then, so what you're going to do here is you're going to take what you learn, you're going to kind of explain how new ideas change the way people lived. Criteria for success, because this is our big idea question. Based on what you have read so far, answer the big idea question. Explain in at least 3 sentences and in your own words. Consider how these ideas changed people's lives in Europe at this time. This is what you're really answering, okay? That's what's really important. How did these new ideas change people's lives in Europe during this time? All right, good luck, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the meeting on Friday.